Hotter heat on Israel for Mideast peace talks. Terrorist attacks, an international bank, and questions about a cover-up. And word from Washington that rock and roll can be hazardous to your health. This is the CBS Evening News. Dan Rather reporting. Good evening. A top aide to President Bush said today the president wants an answer from Israel on Middle East peace talks within a week. There's a strong indication tonight that Israel, under pressure, in effect, could be forced to give a history-making yes as its answer. State Department correspondent Bill Plant reports.
Israel's prime minister, under intense pressure from the Bush administration, is sending positive signals that the Jewish state is likely to agree to peace talks. Shamir left it to others in his government to say that major problems remain.
We have decided since a long time to go to direct negotiations with any Arab country. And when these countries are ready, we are ready.
The toughest unresolved issue, which Palestinians come to the peace table. Israel won't talk to Palestinians from East Jerusalem. It fears that would signal willingness to return the Arab half of the city, which Israel says flatly will never happen. The Palestinians say they'll decide who goes to a peace conference, and each side claims U.S. support.
Palestinian representation is an independent Palestinian decision.
Shamir is already under fire from the far-right wing of his own party, which doesn't trust the Arabs in any case.
He who wants to put his life on the line of things like that, he should buy a grave.
And the right wing absolutely opposes trading any of Israel's captured land for peace.
Israel will never move from the Golan Heights. The Golan Heights is an integral part of the state of Israel.
Trying to force action despite such intense feelings, Baker put Shamir on the spot. He orchestrated Arab support for a peace conference, then made it plain the U.S. believes that Israel now has no excuse for rejecting what it has always said it wanted.
I think that this is a moment of historic opportunity. For 43 years, Israel has sought direct negotiations with its neighbors.
The Secretary of State has left Israel now, but the administration pressure hasn't eased up a bit. The National Security Advisor, Brent Scowcroft, said today that the president is expecting an answer from Israel by the time he gets to Moscow for the summit next week. Dan?
Bill, is there any concern about at least the appearance in some people's minds that President Bush and Secretary Baker are now siding with the likes of Syria's Hafez Assad against the Israelis?
Well, the administration wouldn't put it that way, but they don't seem the least bit concerned about the fact that they're taking a tough line with the Israelis. Everything they're doing is strictly according to the letter of the law under U.S. policy, and they are playing hardball. On the surface, things are still very nice, but beneath that, there are, without threats, real implications that Israel won't get the loan guarantees that it wants, and even beyond that, that the very state of U.S.-Israeli relations could sour if the Israelis don't come through.
Bill Plant in Jerusalem, thanks. A British judge today ordered auditors to make public their report on a bank collapse of epic proportions and with a U.S. angle. The scandal has left thousands of depositors high and dry, and American officials with some explaining to do. More about it from Peter Van Sant.
The global collapse of the Bank of Credit and Commerce shook Britain's Conservative government today as Prime Minister John Major was accused of covering up the scandal.
There is certainly plenty of muck about, and I suspect a lot of it is over there.
BCCI was shut down by the Bank of England this month amid charges of fraud, corruption, and lawlessness. Branches in more than 60 countries, including the U.S., have closed, financially ruining tens of thousands of investors.
They have stolen my money.
Collapse of Bank of Credit and Commerce is by far and away the biggest international bank failure in history, and characterized